right, I'm Connor.
I'm Billy.
He's not. His name's Brian. And we're back with another one. So we started off with our intro. We explained there what we want to talk about, what we're going to talk about.
Yep.
If you want to check it out, go watch that one. Here's our first vid about
Yep.
something, about substance. So,
it's about the topic we discussed.
yes, substance.
Gosh.
Anyway, so we're starting off with being yourself. A simple topic in theory, but maybe it can be a little more complicated than you think. So we'll start with our definitions of it, of being yourself. I think it involves, following your heart, your passion, doing what you love to do, and not being afraid of what others might think, being afraid of backlash. Staying true to who you are and what you like to do.
Basically, my definition is finding yourself. Like Connor's is basically being true to yourself, being what you want to do, hanging with you want to hang, just being yourself.
In other words, if you like Pokemon Go, play Pokemon Go.
And if you like calling yourself a unicorn, call yourself a unicorn.
I would still be cautious with that one.
No, don't be cautious. Just don't. Just be yourself.
Be yourself.
If you say I want to be a T-Rex, go be a T-Rex. No, not legally. Anyway.
Anywho, so I think we'll start with the consequences or things that you do when you're not being yourself, which you'll notice in a lot of people. A lot of these things I personally took from high school, just people that weren't being themselves, friends that I had that were scared to admit the things that they liked or the things that they did. That's where a lot of, I think, ours came from. So part of it is lying to yourself. I'll let Brian get into what we mean about that.
Basically, lying to yourself is waking up every day, not doing what you did the previous day, or lying to yourself like, oh, I was myself yesterday when I was at work, and I was just standing still, doing nothing. And then I went home, and then I didn't play video games, I acted like I wanted to go outside. That's basically lying to yourself to the point where you're like, that's not myself, and I realize I need to go have fun at work because I like working, and I need to go home and have even more fun because I'm at home chilling and being myself, even around friends.
Right. And I also think another example of that too, a more relatable example of that would be, you don't like going out.
Yeah.
You don't like partying, and this especially happens in college. You don't like partying, or maybe your thing isn't going out, staying out all night. But your boy's going, or your girlfriend's going, and so I think I'm gonna go, and then you go and you don't have fun, and those situations tend to feel uncomfortable too, for yourself, and then you usually just roll with it anyway, just because it's what everyone else does, and that uncomfortable feeling most of the time is you're you telling yourself this isn't what you want to do.
Yeah.
So, and lying in general too. Just just the fact that you're not being true to yourself, you're not being true to what you believe in or who you are. So not only are you lying to yourself, but then you have to lie to everyone else, so to cover up what you're doing, and then you get tangled up in these webs of lies.
And people will call you out for those lies sooner or later.
Yep, they always get you. And then going into that, it causes isolation.
Yeah.
It causes you to end up being pushed into your own little box, because you're so busy trying to, lie to this person, lie to that person, or maybe you're not directly lying, but you're just changing things about yourself, and you find yourself in this space to where, you can't. It's almost like you can't tell the truth anymore, because that's gonna unravel every lie, and then that's gonna cause isolation. Not only that, but mental strain and mental pain, because you have to keep track of all these fibs you're telling, this, that, and this, and it just can be a stressful process when you're trying to be someone else. And that, like I said, it's mentally draining, and when you realize you're not being yourself, and a lot of the examples of what we were just talking about, where you're changing your backstory, saying, oh, let's say you're hanging out with someone, let's say I'm hanging out with Brian.
Yeah.
Brian's a gamer. You know,
Well, yeah.
I want to be cool with Brian, but I like sports, so I don't want to say I like sports because now Brian might be like, ugh, Jock, get away from me. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be like, oh, I like Fortnite. Shots fired. And
Oh, no.
he's going to be like, if you don't get your fake self out, and then, it's a thing.
It's gonna be bad.
So instead of doing that, I might be like, I like games. I play sometimes because I actually do. I play Madden and stuff. But, I like a lot of sports. And Brian can take that and be like, cool. And in that process, if y'all are really cool, if you're really cool with the other person, you can learn something new. But a lot of people avoid that because of the confrontation or being scared of turned away, even if it's subconsciously. So you end up being like, changing your backstory, changing people you like, changing the music you listen to, changing your favorite people. I'm a big LeBron James fan, right? Let's say
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Let's say Who? Let's say he likes Kevin Durant, which would be very hard for me because he's a snake. But let's just say
More shots fired.
Let's say he likes KD. I like LeBron, and then because I want to be cool with Brian or because I want to hang out this, that, and this, I'm gonna be like, oh well, KD's okay, and then downplay LeBron. When you don't have to, you can say who you like and who you rock with, what music you listen to, without. You shouldn't have fear of retaliation because you're you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's only basically one you in this world, so why are you trying not to be that one you? And vice versa. Connor's a sports person, so I'm not a sports person, so I get lost in sometimes, but I don't go kind of be like, yeah, did you see that one game last night?
Yeah, man.
That guy dunked on him.
He was like tomahawk.
Yeah.
That's not a tomahawk.
And I don't go up to him. I just go up to him and be like, so what's happening in sports? Because I don't know.
And I can
he'd be like,
let my man know.
And
I can be like, hey, this is what happened. LeBron's the GOAT. Did what GOAT stuff do. And Golden State sucks.
And I'd be like, dope. And then reply, let's go back to goofing off because we like being ourselves.
Exactly. And I think something that we talked about, I'll let Brian get into this one, just the fact that, because I think Brian relates to this like I do, but I feel like his time learning this was sooner. Just the inner peace, and it sounds cliche, but the happiness that you'll have, which you don't expect, the happiness you'll get out of being yourself. But look, Brian, get into that one first. So
my actually happiness is my second job. Some stuff is down. I'm not gonna go in detail about it, but basically I had to deal with dating, and for a month I dated this person. I wasn't myself. I lost my inner peace. I fought my parents on stuff. I argued with my family, and then finally it ended. And that's when I actually found the inner peace. I realized that my family wasn't trying to hurt me. They weren't trying to be mean. They were trying to help me wake up and realize this person I was dating was basically tearing me down and ripping me to shreds and not caring about my own mental health, my own inner peace. They only cared about theirs. So then I finally realized, I need to step back, and now that I actually found some of my inner peace, I hold on to that because I realized there's no point in getting mad in certain situations, getting back at the person that hurt you, trying to get even. There's just no point where you just live your life every day to your potential. Not to what this person judged you on, not what that person judged you on, but that's another topic. But it's just being yourself every day, finding that one thing that you love doing. Like me, I love listening to music while I'm at work. I dance around and act like an idiot because that
you gotta get your moves on, man.
And you know what? My coworkers, they don't judge me. They're just like that guy knows what he's doing. So I basically found my inner peace of music. My inner peace is music and just basically doing myself better each and every day. So that's how I found mine.
And I think for me personally, I was blessed to be a part of a family that encouraged being yourself. With my parents and family and friends always wanted and pushed for me to be myself in all situations. So I was myself a lot of times, but I think my junior and senior year of high school was definitely where it kind of cemented just the fact that I'm gonna like what I like. I'm gonna do what I do. And playing sports definitely helped for me personally because it allowed me to be myself on the field in the classroom, and I had a group of people that would accept me for those things no matter what. So it gave me a group of people that you know whatever I did would have my back. So, and still people I talk to now. So definitely sports definitely helped me in growing into that. And being yourself, it's one of those things where when you put all those little things we're talking about right now together, for yourself, you go to sleep better at night. And what I mean by that is you can rest up for the day and know and not have any regrets on how maybe you'll have little regrets on how you phrase some things to people just because that's life, but you won't be hung up on like, man, I wasn't being mean to this person, or I was lying too much to this person. You'll feel better. You'll be able to lay down at night knowing you did what you had to do, what you were going to do, and you can always correct those mistakes. And those things that you want to get done. And also something that I've noticed is, not only is it helping you, but it helps the people around you, because we live in a society now where it's hard to be yourself. Because this is in fashion. This is what's on right now. That's what's on right now. So it kind of encourages you to step away from yourself and just jump on whatever's going on. And so when you are being yourself and you do act genuine and do what you want to do, people around you will it's kind of like a okay for them to be themselves too. So it has a bigger effect than you really think. And so with that being said,
that actually leads us into basically our final topic of this thing is
second to last.
Yeah, second to last actually. Why should people be themselves? And basically, me and Con discussed that the people that you are going to meet in life that expect you're going, basically, people that you are gonna meet are gonna make you feel better, and basically they can count on you more. And because when they come hang with you, they'll be like, "Hey, what's this and that?" And you don't have to lie to them, be making up stories to them. You can be like, "I don't know a lot about that subject, but maybe if you talk to me about it, we can talk about it." You can just have no discussion with that one friend, that one family member, because you're being yourself around them. You're not telling the lies. You're not telling fibs. You're not trying to act like you know stuff. You're just being yourself and be like, "Hey, what do you have to teach me? Because I want to learn."
Exactly. And the reason we talked about why those people you feel like you can trust people more with themselves is one. Not only are they transparent, so you have nothing to worry about. It's they're the friends that you don't have to hang out with and then go home and be like, what did he mean? You know what he meant because you know him. So you won't. They're more trustworthy because they're gonna say what they mean. They're gonna say what they like. And there's less dissection you have to do to get to know this person. So I mean, if you're not gonna lie to me about who your favorite player is in the NBA, that's a start. And that's why we think it makes someone more trustworthy and you can hold someone more accountable. And our last subject was actually something I figured out after we already had talked about the topic of this video. It was something I thought of way after. So after reading our stuff, talking about it, I thought, what if you don't know who you are? Because if you don't know who you are, then everything we just said is gonna make no sense. I mean,
none.
You'll be able to do exactly 0% of everything we just said, and it's something that everyone goes through, and you put it evolves. the older you get, the more you're gonna know about yourself, the more life experience you get, and you kind of learn that. But if you don't know who you are, you know, where would you start? And the thing that I came up with most that we talked about for a second, that we'll both get into a little bit here, is just the fact that to find yourself, I think the best thing to do is to exactly what I just said, to find yourself. And it takes self-reflection, it takes time, it takes experiences. And if you put those things off and tend to worry about trends and, you know, a lot of other stuff, then you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
And you won't really do it. You know, you'll not know who you are. And so it's something that takes time, something that takes experience, and just learning more about yourself through what you do.
Yeah.
And through that, you know, through that time and that experience, you're gonna learn to do these things. You're gonna learn to, you know, that to be yourself. But, you know, to find yourself, you just gotta, you know, self-respect.
Self-respect.
Reflect and self-respect.
Both of
Respect
them.
yourself. All right. But I'll let Brian get into this a little more.
I actually basically agree with all that you just said, Connor. Basically, it takes your own time. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to find
No.
yourself tomorrow. You don't need to be like,
Find yourself
oh,
tomorrow.
No, Connor's not the message. Sorry about that.
Just
But
plan.
no, just take your time.
Yeah, man.
You do you.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know everything about myself. I'm still on this
Journey.
self-reflecting thing. Still, you know, watching videos, watching other people, watching myself, trying to figure out, you know, everything about me. You know,
Yeah.
it takes time. I won't forget. So I'm gonna get a little personal here. Not gonna mention names. A little story time. We're running real long.
We're running real long, so kind of got to make the
This is
story
gonna
short.
This is gonna be quick. But someone I dated a while ago, when I went into that relationship, I thought, and it was right after senior year. I played college ball. I thought I was big stuff, and I thought I knew who I was. I thought I knew who I was 100% through and through. And then things happened. And then arguments happened, and disagreements happened, and then it ended. And in the aftermath, I was sitting there like, what happened? What happened to that Connor? Like, through the whole thing, he got ripped up and dissected, and it made me realize that you can never know yourself well enough. There's always going to be things you can find out about yourself, and that should be a fun thing to do. It should be fun to self-reflect and to learn more about yourself. And that was really where I kind of decided, you know, oh, I don't know myself, really. I mean, you can know the surface stuff. I mean, you know what food you like, you know what you like to eat, you know where you like to go, but knowing yourself through and through takes time, like
Basically.
we just said. And you're only going to get that through being yourself, through putting yourself out there and learning what you like to do. So, and you can't start doing that without what we started with, which is you can't lie to yourself.
Yep.
So, that's all I got to say.
That's all I got.
So, yeah, this was meant to be
Meant to be 15
15
minutes.
It's
We
running
ran long
on,
again, but
18. But that's what we gonna do here, to be honest.
We're
That's
probably going to break the 15-minute, but we'll try not to break over that much.
we're trying.
So.
All right, give us
It's
a
our
little
second
patience.
vid. We get time, but like I said, I'm Brian.
I'm Connor.
And goodbye.
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 Stay frosty, y'all.
Yeah.
Stay like a Wendy's Frosty. Real frosty. Super frosty. Super frosty.